Hi guys, I was trying to think of like a topic, and I don't think that's the way I'm meant to do this, y'all. I don't think I'm supposed to think of a topic. That actually slows down my ability to hear what I'm supposed to be telling people. So I was doing my own thing. I've been for the last couple of days thinking too much about what this thing is supposed to be. And as soon as I went to go tap in just now, I'm like, you talk about whatever's on your mind that day, whatever came through, because it is controlled by the transits. And today we have a full moon in Leo at the 23rd degree, right next to my Mercury, right next to my mind. So I have stuff to say. So I'm trying to remove so from my vocabulary. Is anybody else having a hard time with analysis paralysis or perfectionism? My birthday was 15 days ago, right? I was excited because we get our solar return charts. It's like a report card, but it's a pre-report card. Your solar return tells you what you have coming up for the next year, what energetic overlay you are going to be taking on in order to accomplish the goals of the natal chart. So it's just 1 year, one chapter, you get this boost, right? I got Virgo rising. And when I first saw that, I was like, oh hell, what the fuck that mean? Because I know what it means, but I'm like, for me, I'm usually a Leo rising. That's completely different from the Virgo, which is a bit, do I want to say more demure? Mm-hmm. But I just kept getting the ping that this is about healing. And I'm like, all right, that makes sense for Virgo energy, right? So I use this deck that I was gifted, because remember, everything is working in your favor, guys. This deck that was gifted to me from a client is called the Enchanted Map Deck by Colette Baron Reed. So I was like, let me try some shit here. Where am I being directed? This is me shuffling, by the way. Where am I being directed for age 38? What did I get? This is coming to life. That really went with the Virgo rising for me, because the Virgo rules health, nutrition, fitness, getting your physical body together, everything about this human experience and being of service. Hiccup, sorry. So immediately I'm like, coming to life. That makes sense. So for some of us, we came from a lot of karmic debt. I'm one of those people. Had a lot of stuff stacked up on my plate for the times that I let the bad guys get the best of me. And by that, I mean me turning into one of them to get even instead of just standing in my power. Because sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need your get back. And sometimes it happens for a couple lifetimes. So in this life, I had 2 cycles of karma. Your North Node return, scam likely. Take that as a sign. Your North Node return comes around every 19 and a half years. The North Node is the path that you want to take out of your karmic cycles. For some of us, we have so much karma or fear of the new that we stay underneath. I had so much stuff stacked up that I had 2 cycles. So now that I'm turning 38, I am approaching my exit to my North Node in Taurus. My South Node is in Scorpio, which really, really does mean a lot in regards to the coming to life. So the message I had from this that I was supposed to share with other people is that a lot of us are just coming to life. We're used to being in situations where you had to survive. You can do really good with difficult things. But when stuff gets calm, you get anxious because you haven't actually been living your life. You've been surviving your life. That's very true for anybody who has a South Node in Scorpio. You have been. You remember that part of Twilight Saga? I love those movies. Breaking Dawn, where the baby sucks all the life out of Bella, and she just looks like, I don't want to say skeleton because she's still alive, but she looks gone, right? That is the South Node in Scorpio. You have given all you can give. This applies to also South Node at 8th, Pluto near your South Node. It could be South Node in 12th and 4th too. Those are all darker energies, places where you're dealing with past life stuff that still haunts you, or your family, or your unconscious, right? So when you come to life, you are taking all of that and finally feeling it. So remember the part in Breaking Dawn part 2 when she finally opens her eyes and then she realizes she got all this power and the shit is cool, but she just went through like the most horrible thing she'll ever go through because she literally just fucking died and her dude crunched her chest in to bring her back to life. Some good shit if you ain't seen it. So that's what coming to life is. And I started getting like all these messages, and I was like, oh, I understand what I'm helping my woes with. Some people are afraid of the light. You've been in the dark so long, you can't even conceive anything outside of that. That's why this manifesting and all this stuff that has been put in your realm of reality still feels out of reach. For I've been doing this for years and I've been making stuff work, but there was still parts of me that like I have to push through because I'm like, think about your situation positively if it's not positive. I'm like, this sort of feels like gaslighting. And if you are a person who has been through being gaslit or manipulated or having people mess with your mind or emotions, a lot of this stuff is hard for you to grasp or for you to even like, I don't know, because I've been through a lot. But coming to life, that is getting in touch with all the things that keep you in the dark. What do you do to sabotage yourself? What thoughts do you have that stop you from moving forward? So when that freaking sun came into my 12th house, it was like, what are you scared of? After it asked me what I wanted. And then I had to go through my fears. And then after those were addressed, sun went into the first. And I was like, all right, let's take assessment of what we up to here. Virgo rising. So personal moment. I have lost 100 pounds twice in my life, years apart, completely separately, but not because I got really good habits or whatever the case was. I have Virgo partially in my first house, right? So every now and then there are some shadow traits of Virgo to pop up because I don't want to offend anybody, but I got to keep it 100 with you guys. I could tell you how much exercise and how much food you have to not eat in order to lose a pound to 2 pounds a day. I had a doctor that was backing me up with this because she was like, I was 425 at 23 the first time. And she's like, this will never do. And she didn't want me to get gastric bypass. She was like, you're too young, you'll fuck up your body. So she gave me Adderall. Boy, was I on it. But she had me eating 1,000 calories or less a day. I went through the extra mile because I got obsessed with losing weight, of learning that each pound on your body is 3,500 calories. Every pound that you already have on your body naturally burns 10 calories a day. So you would take your weight, multiply it by 10, and that's how much your weight or how much energy your body is going to burn off naturally, right? In order to lose a pound a day, you have to burn off 3,500 calories or eat less than how much your body is already burning plus exercise. That's crazy, right? At one point, I found myself on pro anacytes. Didn't even know what pro ana was before, but it's like pro anorexia. There were tips on there like cold showers, splitting the apple all day. And I was doing all this shit and I lost 100 pounds in 90 days. Fast forward like 10 years later, tried to do the shit again. Same way, but keto because I hurt myself. And the doctors told me they couldn't do surgery. They couldn't fix my leg until I lost weight, which was needed because I had already gained back that 100 pounds from the time I lost it before, because you can't just go around losing weight like that. But I did keto, 90 days, knocked out what needed to be knocked off with 100. And I've been slowly working on the other part. At this point, I am, I believe, 175 now, something like that, around the 330 to 340. I want to ideally be 280, no less than 250, because I don't want to be small. It doesn't feel right to me. But I think that is also something that has to do with this coming to life thing. Like, Aisha, why did you suddenly feel like you had to gain weight or keep a certain weight after your whole life people like gave you a hard time about your weight? I remember being 13, right? My dad took me to Lane Bryant to shop, and we went in the Lane Bryant, and the lady's like, sir, the clothes don't really fit her here. She's not meant for these sizes. And he's like, she's too big. Keep in mind, I'm already like 6 feet at this time. I was like 200 pounds. I'm always going to be thick. I got to rock with that. So why suddenly, after so many years of beating myself up about weight and making this such a big thing, did I start to get nervous once I started approaching 300? Because only during my time as a larger, like super, and I'm saying super large because I got up to 455, guys, 455 at my biggest. Like it was a lot. Only at that size did I not have to be worried about being touched by guys. My whole childhood, my teen years, until I started gaining like big weight, it was a big thing with male attraction. Like I couldn't go nowhere. I had to stop smiling. I'm a very smiley person. Like when somebody looks at me, I automatically feel like, oh shit, they can see me. So I'm like, it really makes me awkward because I had a whole childhood of me not being noticed because of these reasons. So coming to life, it appears to be my thing, but I think this is what is happening for many people who didn't even realize that they weren't living before now. So Venus retrograde in Leo hit my ass on the self-esteem, self-assessment. Like, what have you been doing wrong? Who are you if you really look in the mirror? What are you afraid to look in the mirror for? I've not made my way to the point where I can look in the mirror and talk to myself. Some people do that, and I'm like, wow, that's great. I can look in the mirror and have a inner dialogue, but not so much like, you got this. We'll work our way there together. I think particularly I am a healer for the people who need somebody who is not perfect. A lot of times you can see about somebody who is a healer and looks like they have it all together, and then you feel like, damn, I'll never get there. Man, y'all are with me during my glow up. If you go back and look at my YouTube videos from 2 years ago, you will notice a big difference between the woman I was then and the woman I am now. And if you look at this channel 2 years from now, you'll be like, holy shit, just because, you know. So this year, I am going to be focused on, or the rest of this year. The next year, I'm gonna pop out with some new shit. Y'all are gonna love it. But this year, I'm gonna be focused on correcting what needs to be corrected. What have I done, or what have I allowed other people to once again do to me to make me change myself? Since that's the pattern. Lost a lot of weight, but now I have skin that is annoying. Like everything is leaning where it needs not to. So now I know I have to go get like freaking surgery to get everything reupholstered. And that reupholstering, of course, is going to put everything back in place. And I'll have to learn how to deal with the attention that comes along with it, and boundaries, and all of the new things that come along with not hiding behind a computer all the time. Coming to life. So check your solar return. Your ascendant tells you what you are aiming for that year. Who are you rising into? What is your focal point? Astrology is the ball. So with that being said, we have a new moon in Leo right now. What is the vibe for everybody? And then I just have like this random thing at the end I want to throw in because it's like, why not? So what is the vibe? What is the vibe for this new moon in Leo today for the collective? 21 o'clock. What is the vibe for this new moon in Leo today for everyone? Disruption. Disruption. But it's disruption of caution and peace in consciousness. I love this deck, right? This is, my daughter got this at the mall. She works at the mall, so she runs across cool shops. This is the Prism Oracle by Nicole Pivorito. I said that with a Hispanic accent, but I am fairly sure this is supposed to be Italian. Pivorotto. That was it. So, what is the theme for this new moon in Leo? Okay, so how this works is I grab these cards and they have words on them, but they like spell out a sentence. So we got disruption, we have caution, peace, and consciousness. That is breaking all blockages related to the I was about to say cautiousness, but whatever, related to the cautiousness that is stopping you from finding peace within your consciousness. Isn't that what I just said about in general? That's why it's so crazy. You get on here to do a message and you see, oh my goodness, I was being puppeteered. And a good way to look at how your higher self works, if you ever played The Sims is like my wind down thing, right? Your character in the sim, the one that you're playing out here, that's the same as your human, as you in this game. You as the player with the remote, that is your higher self. We are just conduits here. So may I have some clarity on this new moon in Leo and what it is doing for the collective? There have been blockages placed on certain people's self-expression in order for them to do other things, in order for them to develop the skills needed for this renaissance. That's what that just said to me. This new moon has to do with the blossoming of a seed and the ideas inside of the creative for the next round. And it's 12:24 o'clock, and I was just about to say 2024 is the official year that the Renaissance kicks in, where everybody will notice it. A song just came out recently. Is her name Holly? I don't want to say her name right, but the girl that was in the group with Chloe and Haley, Chloe and Holly. I don't want to fuck it up, but she just released a song called Angel or something. That type of music is what you will be hearing for the Renaissance. Everything that's going on now is the end of a Saturn cycle. Every 30 years, music changes, but it goes through a wave of copying for what has come before and then finishing out whatever style became the peak. And I guess it's auto tune, right? For that era before a new Saturn cycle stops. Let me know if you guys want me to link you to a video on this music Saturn cycle thing, though. So, this new wave that's coming in will be from very likely the people who are just coming to life, because transmutation, turning your pain into power, is best done through an art uh, or writing or speaking. You just have to find a way to get the gunk out of your body and turn it into something that other people can benefit from. Your magnum opus, your coup de grace, if you will. So, what is New Moon in Leo doing for the collective? I just love how I get stuff when I'm shuffling and then I stop shuffling because I do. All right, let's see. This is a return to a soft era. And this is not just for females. It's a return to a soft era after you realize why you have not been in your soft era. No, this shall not be quick. This new moon is just planting seeds. You will have to have patience with the rest of it. And most importantly, you have to have patience to stick to your goals, even when you can't see them playing out. Because the end of this leads to wish fulfillment. And I just made a post yesterday when I was explaining that anything that you do, any workings that you do during this new moon, even if it's just a thought, dream, you write something down, whatever the case may be, starts to take place within 2 weeks of the working, or you'll see a big kaboom within 6 months, depending on how grande your manifestation is. But I didn't expect to get a wave on artists. I have noticed I've been getting a lot of clients who are a part of this new wave that's coming. So what have I been seeing? What have I been peeping behind the scenes, y'all? I've come across some people in medical school that are working on blending all of the spiritual knowledge with what they learn in medical school to become the next tier in healing, spiritual and physical healing. That's going to be great. I see the same thing with psychology coming along, like people being able to use astrology or their innate gifts to help their clients better. Beautiful stuff. For artists, I've just been seeing them get the prod to go. A lot of them already have the project or the idea. They just didn't know if it was really worth going afterwards. Now, writers are abundant. That's because there are different genres you can write for in different areas you can reach. There are some people who are writing self-help stuff, some people that are writing fiction stories, and then there are some people that are writing fantasy. Other people's are going to be people's speakers, gurus, motivational traveling speakers come up a lot. And that's the main vibe I'm getting for the people who will be at the front of the Renaissance during this Libra South Node. Note that anybody who becomes popular during this next 15-month period is a great artist of the past. And I know it sounds wild, but I got the beam that Mozart was coming back. I'm like, I wonder what Mozart, or he's already back, he's just like getting his work together, what Mozart's music would sound like in this life. He sings too now. Right. But that's just like amazing to think that everybody who was on board is now here, all the ascendant masters, all the great people, for a big turn, because it's like some people are going to be giving you something to look at over here to focus on while shit's going down over here. And if you've been watching the news, even if you haven't been watching the news, it's leaked into your timeline, because I don't watch the news anymore. When I first started waking up and I got the beams about like a war and all this stuff going on, I was watching the news obsessively. And I realized they are going to edge this shit until the actual bomb drops. So I'm not going to watch, but I did notice the Maui thing slide into my timeline. Um, just little fires that I see, but they let me know that nah, what I was envisioning, what I saw, what was prophesized is coming. It's just I don't know what time. Nobody knows what time. So do the thing. This moon is going to push you. It's going to push you in your face. And I keep getting the message every session I do. If you don't do the thing, you're going to get pushed into the thing anyway. You can try to wait it out, but you're only making it harder on yourself. So last thing I want to hop into here. Can't believe it's already 12:30. The day goes so fast. I am between homes, looking for my next home, right? Still recovering from that whole spiritual attack thing. So placing roots again was a block inside myself. Like I was really nervous about it. I'm finally ready now. Can take a place and move into it and know I'll be okay. When you get your ass whooped spiritually, I swear there's like a lot to this. And we'll get into that later when I start teaching warfare and whatnot, because that's going to be important too. But certain things have become a part of my routine now, right? And I used to be afraid to speak about it because I was afraid that people would be like, oh, well, she teaches protections and she knows about all this stuff and like nothing should happen to her. That's like that healer thing, right? No, baby, it's the opposite. More stuff happens to me because I am out here trying to teach other people the stuff I know, right? So say 5 people get hit with that ooey, and I'm one of the 5, right? 4 of those people got, or all of us got in a car accident. 4 of those people would have had injuries, their car would have been totaled, blah, 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 blah. But me, I still would have got hit by the accident, but my car wouldn't have been totaled. There would have been no injuries, but it would have been a delay to what I am trying to do going forward. So yes, protections in place, and there are always protections in place, but you can't stop bad things from happening. I don't care how enlightened you are. Nobody is ascending because you're still here. If you don't understand the process of ascension, watch the movie Lucy. I see people all the time like, I am ascending daily. Bruh, ascending means you dying. Did y'all ever notice when you see those posts about ascension symptoms, how similar they are to the same ones that like are known for when you become a vampire? Like, no, you are disconnecting from your human, rising more into your spiritual stuff, bro. That's you transcending, that's you moving on to another level. So as long as you're in a body, you are not, baby, you ain't ascended. You might be raising your vibration, but unless you're almost out of here, that's not what you really want to aim for. You want to just evolve through your human experience. Stop rushing the race, right? So in this place, right, and my daughter, I don't know why she'd be doing what she's doing, but clearly this was for a reason. So she's digging around under the mirrors in the place I'm currently at, and she like feels something. She's like, what the fuck is this? Behind the mirror is a photo of a woman in a hospital bed. And I'm guessing I don't feel like she's here right now. The one being held, that's somebody's grandma. So after what I've been through, I was like, oh, hell no. Why would somebody put a photo behind the mirror? Because speaking magically, metaphysically, occultistically, mirrors are portals. That everything you saw in Monsters Inc. was legit as far as how lower level entities get into your home. get into your space. I'm not sure if this person knew what they were doing, if this was just a child who shoved this picture back there or whatever. But by putting this behind the mirror, it gave a portal for the spirit of this woman to be able to come through. And I was like, wondering why I wasn't sleeping. Well, you ever just sleep? You think you sleep, but then you pop up in the middle of the night like. So I decided to just share that with y'all, and I wanted to pull on this real quick to find out why was this photo left behind that mirror? Why was the photo left behind the mirror? Anybody could have found this, or it could have never been found. But why? And yeah, no, she's in a hospital, a freaking hospital bed in that photo. Like this would be significant to somebody if she had passed away, right? Why was this photo here? This is the strangest answer ever. Something about me talking about this photo is moving other things into play. Is it because the photo was found? Like, look at me, I'm solving this mystery with y'all. Something about the significance of this photo and the family it came from. Like, this will come back full circle. I'm like, I don't know this woman. Does anybody know this woman? Let me, can I get it? Like, does she have a message? Does she have a message for her loved ones? Does she have a message for her loved ones? Well, she's helping them because wherever she is, she's really good. She's really, really good. She's better on the other side than she was here. She's found her people. And she's helping the family that is still on earth build their stuff. Like they have a problem with homes. Oh, that just came full circle. I'm here because I am in transit in between the home. I couldn't pick if I wanted a house or apartment. I was really nervous about the whole process. But like this lady is helping her family build homes from the other side. That's the message she would want them to know. Whatever they're worried about, don't worry about it because she's coming through. She's handling stuff. But the answer I got for why did I find this picture? It was for me to do this reading and this message because it's going to lead to me getting to my own home. Maybe recognizing that there are people outside. I said people because I call spirits people. They people too. They, like not really, but you know, they got personalities and whoever they were on earth, they become on the other side. So they're ready to let go of that. Go through the portal, become one with source again, and then you come back again with new traits, right? Watch the movie Soul. Eddie Murphy explains the whole soul thing. But that is the trippiest thing I've ever come across. It's like that time I did that reading about the girl that passed away, the girl that was murdered. If you haven't seen that one, look, it's on my where the freak did I put it? I think it's on my website under the members only area. I had it on the Facebook page, but you would have to search through. But the members only area is up on my website. It's $15 a month, is where I put all the stuff that I feel uncomfortable talking to the public about, all my rabbit holes and personal stuff is there. But when I was doing that reading, the girl came through and she had a message she wanted me particularly to deliver. It's like they noticed me, and I'd be feeling like I'm just like the conduit, and they're like, hey, you, I know you can hear me. Can you deliver this message? Which is what this was. Grandma is still very much there. And I guess that's the case on my end too. While developing. So thank you guys. I am still not completely in my Facebook page. comment directly on my YouTube page if you want some feedback. I miss all the comments and the people I had to talk to all the time. I guess I really took that for granted. But this has took the chokehold off my creativity, because there are times I'm like trying to write and get these thoughts out so I can do other stuff. And then there's somebody like, I still haven't received my reading. I'm like, I know, okay. But I gotta be, I'm called over here to do this, to deliver this message because it matters to a large group of people. And this is one person. And I'm trying, I'm fighting for my fucking life here. So if you have not received something, email me, iamtstudents@gmail.com. I had somebody who was upset because they were like, I've been emailing you, and it turns out they forgot the T. I am not ignoring anybody. I am going through the items as ordered, floating one day at a time, dealing with ghosts and demons, and coming back to life. Y'all have a great